What's going on, guys? My name is Aaron, and today we'll be doing a 6.2.3 Windwalker Monk PvP talents, glyphs, rotation, and some more. So let's go ahead and get started with talents first. So the talents I've decided to go with, there are a lot of different ones you can use, and I'll tell you some of the best ones you can use and some of the ones you definitely do not want to use. For your level 15 talent, the first one you're going to want to take is Tiger's Lust. I don't see any place where you'd want to see momentum or celerity. It's just Tiger's Lust is always the one that's been recommended to me, and that's the one that's worked out best for me. Second one, you can use Zen Sphere if you want. Chi Burst is probably the one you're going to want to take, but I'm using Chi Wave just to get that little bit extra of a heal. For the level 45 talent, there's Power Strikes, Ascension, and Chi Brew. I'm using Chi Brew just to refill up that Chi, just in case I need to pop off my Fist of Fury right at the beginning. With level 60 talent, you're going to want to be using a Leg Sweep. I don't see any reason where you'd want to be using Charging Ox Wave, except for maybe in an RBG, where you want to get a whole group of people, but then you'd probably still want to use Ring of Peace. Just to kind of get a group of people off you. For your level 75 talents, there's Healing Elixirs, Dampen Harm, and Diffuse Magic. I've always used Healing Elixirs. Dampen Harm and Diffuse Magic are all really good talents. Diffuse Magic I usually use against casters, usually against like if I'm fighting a Shadow Priest or something like that, I use Diffuse Magic. But other than that, in every other case, you'd be wanting to use Healing Elixirs. For level 90 talent, you have Chi Torpedo, Invoke Zwen, the White Tiger, and Rushing Jade Wind. You want to be using Chi Torpedo. Rushing Jade Wind used to be decent, probably back in MOP, so did Zwen, the White Tiger. But now you'll be running Chi Torpedo. For level 100 talents, there's Hurricane Strike, Chi Explosion, and Serenity. I haven't really used Serenity that much, so I can't say a lot about Serenity. If one of you guys that are watching this video knows a good amount about Serenity, or have used it to a good extent, please put it in the comments below, just to help other people that are gonna watch this video. I've used Chi Explosion and Hurricane Strike. Chi Explosion does a good amount of damage over time. I like Hurricane Strikes. It does probably a little bit more than Chi Explosion, and Hurricane Strikes has always been my favorite. Second, we're going to move on to Glyphs. So for the Glyphs I'm using, there are a lot of different ones you can use. Yet again, if you're built a little bit different of a Windwalker Monk, there's a lot of different ones you can use. These are the ones you're probably going to want to go with. These are the ones that a lot of Windwalker Monks that I've been seeing around are using, and the ones that have worked for me. So start with the major glyphs, and we'll go into minor glyphs in just a second. So for major glyph number 1, which would be Glyph of Touch of Death. Your Touch of Death now no longer has a chi cost, but the cooldown is increased by 2 minutes. It's a 3.5 minute cooldown now that it costs no chi, which is actually it's not too bad if you're doing 2s or 3s. You only need to get that one touch of death off just to get that one target, and then you're pretty much Gucci. Let's go into the second one for for the second glyph, I'll be using Glyph of Touch of Karma. Your Touch of Karma now is a 20-yard range. If your target is really far away and he's hitting you pretty hard and you're pretty low, I suggest this one. You can always Chi Torpedo or Flying Serpent Kick over to him, but if it's not available at that point, Touch of Karma is the one you're going to want to use. This one, I kind of debated on using Glyph of Flying Fist, increase the range of Fist of Fury by 5 yards. I've thought about using Glyph of Fist of Fury and Floating Butterfly. Floating Butterfly, Fist of Fury can be channeled while moving, but no longer stuns its target. I believe that extra stun from Fist of Fury is definitely worth it. Glyph of Fist of Fury. When channeling your Fist of Fury, your parry chances increase by 100%. That's a really good one to use as well. You can always replace Glyph of Flying Fist with Fist of Fury. just in the near future. Just keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and go on to the minor glyphs. Minor glyph number 1 is Glyph of Zen Flight. Now, Glyph of Zen Flight is just a fun thing. It's always fun to play around with, and I'll show you what it does right here. It's right here. It kind of acts as like a flying mount. It's not too fast, but it's still a lot of fun to play around with. Glyph of Water Roll. You can now roll or chi torpedo over water. You can also Flying Serpent Kick or Chi Torpedo over water, which you can use those both over water. It's really nice to use in BGs. When you grab a flag, you want to kind of run across the water, and let's say like a Twin Peaks or some others, when you got to run across the water with a flag. That's really nice to use. You can always use different ones. There's always a bunch of minor glyphs down here that you can use. So yeah. And then the last minor glyph I'll be using is Glyph Blackout Kick. Now, your Blackout Kick always deals 30% additional damage over 4 seconds, regardless of positioning, but you're unable to trigger the healing effect. Now, Blackout Kick used to trigger healing effect. I believe it used to tick, something like that, before Glyph of Blackout Kick, but I'm using this just so I can increase its damage just slightly. So now, before we move on to rotation, we're going to be going over enchants. I believe I've gone with some crit, some versatility, and I don't have a weapon enchant yet because I don't have the gold for it at the moment. I still got to send some gold over to my monk. But for enchanted armor, for enchant neck, you're going to want to go with enchant versatility. For enchant for your cloak, you're going to go with versatility. Rings is versatility, and weight or wrist is versatility. For the weapon, there's 2 you can use: Mark of the Frostwolf or Mark of the Thunderlord. I'm probably going to go with Frostwolf because I use it on my druid quite extensively, and it seems to work pretty well. So the stat priority for 6.2.3 Windwalker Monk is going to be in this order. It is versatility, crit, multi-strike, haste, and mastery. So the one I've been stacking most is a little bit in a different order. I've been going mastery, critical strike, versatility, multi-strike, and then haste. Haste gets you those quick punches, but I have a crit enchant right here, and a lot of my gear is built for critical strike. I've done that so I can get big crits. I've been getting 60-70k crits with the critical strike build up with Fist of Fury. So now let me go ahead and fly down, and we'll move on to your rotation. Alright, so we're going to be continuing our video down here at the training dummies in Starman with the rotation. I'm going to turn off my sound really fast. There we go. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do when you start off a fight is he's probably going to stun you. So you're going to want to pop Trinket and then Sap. Once you sap him, he'll be in that sap for a second. So right after a sap falls off, a leg sweep, and then it's usually 2 jabs. I usually do a palm and a rising sun kick into using my 2 chi brew, another jab into the Fist of Fury. Now Fist of Fury will usually generate more damage, and then after a jab, a tiger palm, rising sun kick, probably another jab, and then hurricane strikes. And then once it's up, tiger palm, jab, and blackout or rising sun kick. Rising sun kick is your main finisher. It's kind of like a ferocious bite for a feral druid. That's pretty much what that is. And then once it comes available again, and you have 10 stacks of Tiger's Eye, you should have that right after doing all that. You're going to press your Tiger's Eye and do your Fist of Fury. And it will usually, with the critical strike build, go up for about 50 to 60k. Now, in a situation that he is, if it's a mage or a hunter, and he decides to disengage or blink behind you, you see I've set up my Transcendence So you can be, for say, hitting this guy, you know, getting your fists in, jab, tiger's eye, you know, doing all that stuff, and you can press your transcendence, and he moves back here, and you can replace it. So if the target goes behind you, you can hit him again. In some situations, when the target is just too far from you, you can always pop your storm, earth, and fire, which mimics attacks. So if I were to go like this, so I were to jab, tiger palm, and then fist of fury. He also fist of furies as well, which is actually really helpful, and he also hurricane strikes. I believe he also spinning crane kicks. Yeah. So you can double the range of spinning crane kick as long as you're sitting behind a pillar and he's over on the target. You can just spinning crane kick behind a pillar in an arena. Let's say this guy's a pillar. I could be back here and he could be spinning crane kicking. Spinning crane kicking the target as he's also attacking, and then just press it again to return him to you. Oh, come on back here. What are you doing? There we go. And he will return to you and go away. Alright, I think that's it. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's 6.2.3 Windwalker Monk PvP overview, if you'd like to call it. My name is Aaron, and if you liked the video, make sure to subscribe for more content, and there should be I'm going to link a Feral PvP video, and I'm going to start uploading some more Windwalker Monk PvP videos on this channel. I've been really enjoying Windwalker Monk this season, and just learning how to play him and gearing him up. My name is Aaron. I'll catch you guys on the next video.